September 10th, 2023. Daily Bread. Passage, Joshua chapter 9, verse 16 to verse 27. Key verse 24. Title, Gibeonites Live. 3 days after they made the treaty with the Gibeonites, the Israelites heard that they were neighbors, living near them. So the Israelites set out, and on the third day came to their cities, Gibeon, Kephirah, Beeroth, and Kiriath-jearim. But the Israelites did not attack them, because the leaders of the assembly had sworn an oath to them by the Lord, the God of Israel. The whole assembly grumbled against the leaders. But all the leaders answered, "We have given them our oath by the Lord, the God of Israel, and we cannot touch them now. This is what we will do to them. We will let them live, so that God's wrath will not fall on us for breaking the oath we swore to them." They continued, "Let them live, but let them be woodcutters and water carriers in the service of the whole assembly." So the leaders' promise to them was kept. Then Joshua summoned the Gibeonites and said, "Why did you deceive us by saying, 'We live a long way from you,' while actually you live near us? You are now under a curse. You will never be released from service as woodcutters and water carriers for the house of my God." They answered Joshua, "Your servants were clearly told how the Lord your God had commanded his servant Moses to give you the whole land and to wipe out all its inhabitants from before you. So we feared for our lives because of you, and that is why we did this. We are now in your hands. Do to us whatever seems good and right to you." So Joshua saved them from the Israelites, and they did not kill them. That day he made the Gibeonites woodcutters and water carriers for the assembly, to provide for the needs of the altar of the Lord at the place the Lord would choose, and that is what they are to this day. Daily Bread Message. The Israelites learned that they were deceived by the Gibeonites. However, since they made an oath before God, the Israelites could not kill them. If the Israelites had inquired of God and made a right decision before God, they could have gotten rid of all their neighboring nations. But because of their foolish decision, made without the wisdom of God, they now suffered the consequence. They now had to deal with all these remaining Gibeonites. They were not Israelites, they did not know God. The Israelites could be influenced by their idolatrous culture. The Gibeonites were saved, and they served as woodcutters and water carriers for the assembly. Our God is a merciful God. Although this was a foolish act by the Israelites and a deception by the Gibeonites, God let them both live. God allowed the Israelites to continue to be victorious and allowed the Gibeonites to live and survive among the Israelites. This is our God's wonderful mercy and grace. His great mercy was shown by his Son dying on the cross for our sin. Prayer. Lord, thank you for your mercy upon us in spite of our weaknesses. One word, God forgives our sins.